Moving forward, our next array method is called array find. And find does exactly what its name says. It finds an element in the array that matches a certain condition. More specifically, the find methods for arrays returns the first value that satisfies the condition. It's really similar to, for example, array filter. In there we also had a condition, and that condition filtered out some of the elements. It's also similar to array sum or array every. In there, we also had the condition that did something to an array. In this case, our condition is going to match and it's going to return the first element that matches that specific condition. No more talk, let's see it in an example. Let's test the array find method on a numbers array. In there, I'm going to create the numbers array, and then inside of there, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's create that array right there. And you know how it goes. We specify the array, and then in here, we call that method. In this case, it's going to be find. Find also accepts a callback function, where in there, we get a parameter of number, where the number is going to be each element in the array for each iteration. First time number is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. In here, we can specify our condition, which must evaluate to either a truthy or falsy value. In our case, we want the number to be greater than 5. So let's say number is greater than 5. Our array.find is going to loop through the array, starting with 1. And it's going to say, is 1 greater than 5? The answer is going to be false. Is 2 greater than 5? False. Is 3 greater than 5? False. 5. Also not greater than 5, and finally we have 6. First time ever in here we're gonna have a true value, and when we have a true, when the array.find returns a true, that means return the element on which iteration it was left off. That means in our case 6. So the question is, how can we retrieve that value? And the answer is just add it at the start of this find. So const value is going to be equal to numbers.find. And now we can console log the value and see what did we get. As you can see, we get back 6. That's great. Let's practice array.find method on another example. In this case, we are going to have an array of states. So let's do something like this. States, and let's put some strings in there this time. Strings are going to be first off Alaska. Let's do California, Colorado, and let's do Hawaii. In this case, I would like you to pause this video, think about it for a second, and I want you to find the first state that begins with the letter C. We can do it like this. States.find, in there we get the state, and now we can say state.starts with. Starts with is a string method we are allowed to use. So we can say starts with C, and that is going to give us the value of the first state that starts with C. So we can say const state is equal to states.find, and finally we can console log the state. As you can see, we get back California. That means that you can mix and match all the different methods that have to do something with strings, arrays, objects. You're allowed to program in any way you want. You're not tied down to using just one method. So try to be as good as you can with as many as you can methods, and that way your daily workflow of working as a programmer is going to be much easier because you won't have to implement logic by yourself. You'll be able to use these built-in methods to help you on your day-to-day programming tasks.